YouTube? Dawson Ryder here. In today's video, I wanted to talk about Go Juju. This video is kind of a spiritual successor to the video I made where I said, is Go Juju empty? And I'm just increasingly frustrated with the series week to week, and I wanted to have a video where I can talk about it more overall instead of each individual video, because I'm still reviewing it week to week. And the thing is everybody's got different tastes. My whole thing with Go Juju, I'm like, is this series bad or is it just not for me? I think it's both. I think it's kind of bad in comparison to what I consider to be a good toku and what I think the potential of the series is. But also, I don't think it's for me. Like, early on, it definitely had a unique rhythm. But I was on board because, as you know, or you might not know, I was going in with this, trying to shed my negativity and pessimism towards Toku Anniversary stuff and all that, and just have fun. And I think that has served me well in the sense that even now, 30 episodes deep, I'm not angry. I'm not like, oh, this stupid fan service Toku crap. I'm just so disappointed. I'm like, this is so many cool things. Why isn't it being cool? And so I do think that served me well in keeping me calm, which I really like, but I also think it's wasted. It's wasted optimistic Dawson. Like, this mindset would have served me so well in Geo. I didn't do a full rewatch, but it's a classic, like, perhaps I treated you too harshly, and I do kind of want to finish the rewatch or rewatch where I was because it was a while ago, but that series is far from perfect. Still not a fan of the protagonist, still some messy stuff. But man, was that like an anniversary season where they went all out. They got past actors back, they did some cool stuff with the mythology and worlds, they did really cool designs and cool ideas like the future writers. Like, Gotchard for me is still like the king of anniversary seasons. I don't think it'll ever be beat, but I don't think that means we need to be pretentious about it. I think Gotchard fans can be pretentious. That's neither here nor there, but it's here because it's annoying. But the point is, I think there can be a future anniversary series that's at least almost as good as Gotchard. But I don't think we need to try to live up to it and do it the same. But like, thinking about Geo, I'm like, that's a series where they really went all out and tried to be more than just style and anniversary, like aesthetics and stuff. Like, they really did some stuff. Even Zenkaiger. And I wasn't even too negative during Zenkaiger, I don't feel. Like, I was kind of happy we didn't try to be Gokaiger with too many cameos and things. I think that there was missed potential there. I talked about this in my videos about Zenkaiger, but I think just like Gokaiger did the idea of this team of pirates not wanting to be a Sentai, learning about the spirit of Sentai and becoming a Sentai was cool. Like, a cool way to celebrate the anniversary in a more than just a cameo aesthetic way. It kind of represented the spirit of it. And I think Zenkaiger, being this weirdo team, could have been like, hey, anybody can be a Sentai type of feel, and could have celebrated the legacy that way. And they only ever touched upon that in the Zenkaiger Red special. Regardless, though, I don't feel I was too negative with that series. In fact, it surprised me in a lot of ways, especially thinking about this series where that series, when you look at it, seems like it would be like Go Juju, like it would be more silly, feeling like a preschool game show. But they actually had some surprisingly quiet character moments, some character storylines. Like, the Stacy storyline is probably one of the most cliche rogue evil ranger stories, but still, they had much more ongoing storyline. Did I say ongoing? Ongoing storylines and pacing, and also just, you know, quiet moments between Juran and, what's Zenkaiger's name? What's that? Phil? No, I don't know. But regardless, I forget everyone's. I'm terrible with names and faces. I think I have like some form of face blindness or whatever his name was. What was his name? I could look it up, but it's gonna be Phil for this video. Regardless, I was surprised by that. Not that Go Juju hasn't had its quiet moments, but thinking about it, looking at these two series, if I were to see them on paper, by that I mean a picture, I think Zenkaiger would be the one doing what Go Juju is doing. And still, Zenkaiger could have been better, but I think that I would have enjoyed it even more if I was in this mindset of like, just enjoy everything. But Zenkaiger, honestly, kind of leaps and bounds above this in my opinion in a lot of ways. Like, the thing is with Go Juju, it's kind of like this weird inverse of Gotchard. Not inverse, but I think they're comparable, where I think they're both kind of not that great. Like, they're going to be on the lower end of my list. But I'm much less angry at Gotchard because Hotaro isn't there, but also, like, I like the cast. Like, there's nobody in the cast I really dislike that I can think of off the top of my head. It's a likable cast, they have some good chemistry, some good moments, and I think that they have more interesting ideas. That's why it's interesting to compare it to Gotchard. But I just mean that, like, Gotchard, I think, had, like, better story in terms of being more consistent and more of a consistent build and payoff and structure. But Go Juju has more interesting story ideas. Like, they have some stuff that's like borrowed from other Sentai we've seen and anniversary stuff, but they also have some really interesting ideas that I'm more interested in than Gotchard, but Gotchard at least presented their ideas better. But I think it's really the fact that I like the cast better. But this show, man, it's just got so much potential, and I was really enjoying it at first because, especially when we had Taya, King Odra, that was like, this could be a game changer. Imagine if we did, maybe not quite as many cameos as Gokaiger, but if we had all these Sentai variants that were different rangers, maybe other returning actors, and we've had some, like Ray is played by, what do they call him, Beatbuster? What do they call the Go Busters? My favorite series, I can't even remember. What do they call the designation of the Blue Go Buster? Phil. Anyway, They have that, but it's like, that's such missed potential. And then I was kind of on board for the zaniness at first. I'm like, this is a nice change of pace, but then it's only the zaniness. And that's kind of where it's like, maybe it's just not for me. It's just not my thing. But it is one of the most oddly structured series in terms of that. Because it feels like you have the background, in the background, there's stuff of a legitimately interesting anniversary season cooking, and yet the priority is the silliness, and it just takes away from it so much, and it's so imbalanced. Like, even some of the sillier Sentai series, when they wanted to do like a two-parter arc about a plot development or a character, this series wouldn't suddenly become grim, but they would like lock in. I've compared it often to the Super Seasons and Dino Charge and Ninja Steel, where even when stuff was happening, like they found a new Energem, that was the B plot, and the A plot was the talent show. That's what Go Juju feels like. And I'm more of a serialized guy. I like more of a story. I know Sentai can be more episodic, and in general, that probably colors my taste, but there's series like Loopat, where it was more filler and the main plot episodes were fewer and far between, but the pacing and the consistency was better. I feel like I learned more about the characters. I feel like even though I like these characters, I know so little about them and don't feel the bond between them. I know they're not supposed to be as bonded yet, but I feel like over halfway through, we should probably get some sort of bond going, because you know when we get to the end game, they're going to have the "we have to fight each other" story, which they just did a mini version of with Ryugi. But I'm not going to feel any of that. That's the thing, like, I'm filming this after the arc where Ryugi left, and I'm hoping to get it up before the next episode, which looks good. Maybe that'll be the game changer, and I'll be an idiot for filming this video, and Go Juju will turn around. But Sumino finds out about Rei. I think her name's Sumino. It could be Phil. But regardless, that was cool, and it could be great. It might be great, but I wanted to film it around here because I thought, should I wait until after this? And I'm like, no, I feel like filming. Get it? Filming. What was I talking about? For real though, what was I talking about? Go Juju. Well, what about Go Juju though? Maybe I'll be eating my words, but I wanted to film it after this because this little Ryugi arc is a good example of something kind of interesting happened, and there was good beats, but they squandered it. That's kind of what it feels like. I don't remember who it was, but somebody commented on one of the recent episodes saying, like, Go Juju often introduces these new ideas and then quickly sweeps it under the rug. Like, I didn't expect them to have Ryugi gone for 5, 6, 7 episodes, but they could have, because they had multiple people as the Yellow Ranger. It's not as if you're missing that Yellow Ranger action, but at least a couple more episodes. You could have had him off on his own, explored his character, explored what it's like to have Kamen Rider Legend as a Yellow Ranger, explored what it's like to have Rei as it. Like, it was like, they did cool things, but they get over it so quick, and then we're back to the silliness. And I think the reason I've been thinking about my frustrations with it more is because we're 31 episodes in. That's crazy. I keep feeling like, well, we're just getting started. I'm like, no, we only have like 20 episodes left. I mean, I know it's going to take a long time, but man, I feel so disappointed because I was really ready to not turn my brain off, but really just embrace like how fun this stuff can be, because a lot of the anniversary content isn't that great, but there's some good stuff there. Like, I think Geo and Zenkaiger are good examples. They're not perfect, but if you're going in with this mindset like I was, you can enjoy it even more. And I didn't even feel like I was too negative on Zenkaiger. I was just ready to be done. Like, I almost want them to do anniversary stuff in the next season and just get it right. I do think some of the aspects are undercut, like I think the Gokai changes are undercut. I keep calling them Gokai changes, we all know that's what they are. But because they did it in Down Brothers for no reason. Why did they do it? We know why they did it marketing-wise, but in the show they never addressed it. Like, you're not gonna question this? Anyway, I just wanted to make a video venting my frustrations, and maybe it'll get better, and at least I don't feel overly angry about it like I used to be, but I want to know what you guys are thinking. I know there's some people that are liking it, but I've seen a lot of people feel similar to me. What are your thoughts on Go Juju, 30 episodes in? What do you hope they do to improve the series? Let me know in the comments as always. Also, let me know what you thought of Phil of the future. Anyways, until next time, Dawson Ryder, signing out.